likes up. Get them 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 likes up. Get them, yeah. Get them likes up. 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 Up.
Hey, what it do, man? This your boy, Derek Demure, spinning the block media. Know what I'm talking about? And say, man, another celebrity lawsuit and hit the slab. This time, it's Fat Joe. Hey, all I gotta say though, today, Juneteenth, I'm just glad it wasn't an African American. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm glad that it's Fat Joe, but I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just saying, man, too many black celebrities been getting hit with these lawsuits, these Ricos. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, though, it is another hip hop artist. So let's go and jump into it, break it down, see if it hold weight. You know what I'm talking about? The headlines read Fat Joe hit with a $20 million civil RICO lawsuit alleging money laundering, recording sex acts, and the PPP scam. PPP still coming up. So let's see. But y'all know, hey, before we just dive into it, give you a little backstory, right? A month ago, Fat Joe filed a defamation lawsuit against this dude, right? Because this dude had claimed that Fat Joe was a pedophile, having sex with underage girls. But let's dive into it, and then we'll dive into the backstory because I also have that pulled up on another tab. Say when y'all come in, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. But it says Terrence Dixon, the longtime right hand man, he was Fat Joe's hype man, has officially filed a $20 million civil RICO lawsuit against the Bronx rapper in federal court, alleging years of exploitation, fraud, and abuse under what he calls the Cartag- the Cartagena Cartagena enterprise. My bad. Say I can read better now though. I got my glasses today, baby. I couldn't see all that small writing the last time, so yeah. The complaint filed Thursday, June 19th, accuses Fat Joe of orchestrating a criminal operation involving forced labor, sexual coercion, financial fraud, and witness intimidation. Fat Joe employed persistent verbal abuse, threats of physical violence, erratic and insufficient payment, manipulative control over travel and accommodations, and continuous humiliation, Dixon claimed. Collectively, these coercive tactics resulted in chronic emotional and psychological distress, profound anxiety, and severe trauma that continue to affect Dixon to this day. Dixon claims he worked over 16 years as a hype man, ghostwriter, background vocalist, and security detail, yet was denied credit, royalties, and compensation for his creative contributions. Well, this is what I got a problem with, right? All these people that come forward claim that they work for these people for years and years and put up with that shit. But why would you put up with something for years if you're not getting the credit? You ghostwriting for this dude, right? You doing background vocals, you doing security details, and you're not making sure that you're getting your publishing for all this. And if the dude's strong arming you, why would you continue to stay there? You know what I'm saying? If he's strong arming you out of this, why would you continue to go for it? Because you're not getting paid. But let's continue. According to the lawsuit, Dixon alleges he helped write and perform on several songs, including Congratulations, Ice Cream, and Money Over Bitches, but was systematically erased from royalty records and publishing rights. He says Fat Joe and his team submitted falsified contracts and backdated split sheets, BMI, and ASCAP to divert royalties and conceal Dixon's authorship. The complaint names several of Fat Joe's close associates as co-defendants, including Pistol Pete Torres, Richard Rich Player, Josh Petre, and Erica Walina Moraria or whatever. Um, It also targets corporate entities such as Sneaker Addict Touring LLC, Slate Incorporated, and Rock Nation, which Dixon says played a role in concealing his work and facilitating the alleged misconduct. Now, here's the second lawsuit that Rock Nation is involved in. Y'all remember Rock Nation? Well, third lawsuit actually, because the Tory Lanez lawsuit, and then the lawsuit that Desiree Perez's daughter has against Rock Nation, claiming that they violated the Baker Act. So let's continue. Dixon accuses the group of violating the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, or TVP Act, and Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations Act, which is the Rico Act. Now, those are a few text messages, I'm guessing, between Dixon and Fat Joe, but they don't really go into anything detailed. I guess they detailed that Fat Joe was threatening dude because there are some threatening text messages in there. Um, Dixon also alleges unjust enrichment, fraud, money laundering, and intentional infliction of emotional distress under New York and Florida law. Among the most disturbing claims are allegations of sexual coercion. Dixon says he was forced into sex acts under threat of abandonment in foreign countries, often while being monitored or recorded. He alleges Fat Joe orchestrated group sex scenarios involving dancers and minors, using psychological manipulation and economic control to maintain dominance. That sounds kind of like what Lizzo's team was alleging with the orchestrating group sex scenarios involving dancers. So let's continue. Dixon was routinely coerced into engaging in sexual acts with women, specifically brought by defendant Cartagena. I got to get that name right. Cartagena, to hotel rooms and private gatherings following performances and studio events. The lawsuit reads, defendant Cartagena frequently arranged and orchestrated these encounters, intentionally creating scenarios designed to reinforce plaintiff's complete submission. Defendant Cartagena regularly monitored these encounters closely, frequently remaining in the room to watch, record, or provide explicit direction and commands. Okay, now that sounds like some Diddy shit. They said Diddy was watching and directing. Uh, the lawsuit claims Fat Joe and his associates inflated Dixon's reported income to the IRS, mass wage theft, and increased his tax liability. Dixon says he was deprived of at least $600,000 in royalties and excluded from future earnings tied to his creative work. Dixon further alleges that Burns' social media accounts were used to issue threats and intimidate witnesses. But they could also find that through IP addresses and also through Instagram if they subpoena those records to see who actually made those accounts. Um, if it does tie back to Fat Joe and them, I'm just saying burner accounts. They could have had somebody else, do those burner accounts too, and from different locations. So he says Fat Joe and Rock Nation retaliated by filing a baseless lawsuit against him and his attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, to silence him. Fat Joe's legal team previously filed a defamation lawsuit in April. That's the lawsuit I was referring to at the beginning, and we're going to go over that one. Accusing Dixon and Blackburn of attempting to extort money by making false allegations, including claims of statutory rape and sex trafficking. Fat Joe has denied all wrongdoing, calling the accusations completely false and part of a coordinated smear campaign. Blackburn also represents Rodney Lil King Jones in a separate civil RICO case against Sean Diddy Combs, which helped spark a federal investigation. So, with that being said, that might spark a federal investigation into Fat Joe. Now, as I said previously, um, dude had already made these claims, right? And Fat Joe came back and filed a lawsuit against him, a defamation lawsuit. So let's go over that defamation lawsuit, right? This was Fat Joe at Rick Rubin's Fanatic Super Bowl party last year. That's just FYI if y'all wanted to know where that pic was from. So it says this was date. Now this is dating back to April the 30th, right? Fat Joe filed a lawsuit against his former hype man for extortion after the defendant publicly accused Joe of being a pedophile and cheating on his wife with reality TV show Erica Mena. Boy, if you was cheating with Erica Mena, I'm surprised you didn't have no drama because she's a drama queen. And knowing you was married too, I think she would have blew up your spot. So yeah, I don't know if that's true. According to TMG, Fat Joe claims the plaintiff, Terrence T.A. Dixon, filed a legal notice in March demanding compensation for his supposed ghostwriting contribution for several of his songs. The rapper says that Dixon began to spread malicious rumors regarding his personal life online and elsewhere after Fat Joe refused to acquiesce to his demands. The most serious of these public slights was the plaintiff calling the Bronx native a pedophile and writing that Joe was looking for little girls in a post on his social media account, naming his former employer as Lil Joey Cap and a sucker. Joe issued a statement addressing the lawsuit, denying all allegations against him while promising to uncover Dixon and his legal team's unsavory actions, which he believes to be motivated by greed. But I do gotta say though, like I don't know, he went for this for all these years. So why all of a sudden are you coming up, you know, with this now? Is it motivated by greed? Is it motivated by just you having all this built up animosity and seeing people like Cassie getting they get back now? So you coming out and I guess afraid, you coming out and not being afraid. I guess that would be the word for right now. Not being afraid anymore of like what would happen. So, but let's continue. These allegations are completely false and are part of a criminal conspiracy orchestrated between a disgruntled former hype man and his attorney. These two individuals have been scheming together to extort me with their elaborate and ludicrous demands changing by the day. Say, if y'all in here, man, say go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Already. The lean back rapper continued, the relentless threats, harassment, and defamation I've endured as they peddle these salacious lies are utterly deplorable. I'm taking legal action to expose their misconduct, and I'm fully confident that the facts will reveal this is nothing more than a deceptive and desperate scam. Fat Joe claims to have met Dixon in 2006, taking the plaintiff under his wing and enlisting him as a member of his inner circle and relationship that lasted until 2019. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a hell of a long time for you just to keep enduring all this. When Joe says the two amicably parted ways. Amicably. However, Joe says it wasn't until several years after their split that Dixon began eyeing a payday and enlisted Tyrone Blackburn, who's also representing multiple accusers of Sean Diddy Combs, including Lil Rod, to take legal action against him. Dixon also launched an all-out assault on Joe's reputation and character in a series of social media posts, which included accusations that Fat Joe had an affair with reality TV star Erica Mena. There she is right there. Like, well, that's half a picture. That picture don't look, yeah, they could have found a better picture because right there, man, just half her face got her looking throwed off. But say, and admitted to ordering the slashing of former Terror Squad member Cuban Link's face during the early 2000s. Wow, like, yeah, I didn't know that. The plaintiff also charged Joe with falsely accusing Cuban Link of sleeping with Big Pon's widow, Lisa Rios, and sending him veiled threats in an attempt to instill fear in him. In a separate post, Dixon continued to verbally demean the Terror Squad founder, referencing his weight and accusing him of participating in salacious sex acts. This this is the dance the sucker do after getting his blank licked. Don't have too much fun for somebody else. Yacht you for somebody else's yacht, you fat soggy titty taco meat stomach. You ain't doing what? You ain't doing No Don. You ain't no Don, nigga. FOH, fuck out of here. You are the number one sucker, Dixon wrote, sharing a doctor photo of Joe's head on another person's body. Yo, that's crazy. But say, if any of this is false and not, um, you don't find facts in what he's saying, Joe definitely got a defamation case for all these accusations that he's making and all the slander that he's doing online. So Fat Joe's attorney, Fat Joe got Joe Tacopino, the same lawyer that ASAP Rocky had. So Fat Joe's attorney, Joe Tacopina, has blasted Dixon's filing against his client, deeming the pleading legal battle as half-baked attempt of scamming the rap star. The allegations against Mr. Carter, man, I keep Cartagena are completely false. Gotta be like I'm in the read sentence. I'm saying the allegations against Mr. Cartagena are completely false and part of a criminal extortion scheme orchestrated by an attorney who a federal judge recently condemned for abusing the court system to harass and pressure defendants, Tacopina told TMZ. Mr. Cartagena will not be intimidated by fabricated claims, lies, or witnesses or shameless threats. We're taking immediate legal action to expose this fraudulent scheme, and we will hold all parties responsible and fully accountable. Now that was from Vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the gist of it, man. But that's just another rap mogul. I guess I could call Joe a mogul. He got a lot of things going on. Y'all know he got the hair dye like the Beijing for men. I forgot what his is called, but yeah. Um, he made a strong comeback. He has the podcast with Jada Kiss. I wonder if they gonna address any of this on the podcast. You know, he can't say too much because it's pending litigation. So they can only skim the surface if they do talk about it. But other than that, man, I mean, damn, this week we had Tyler Perry, or excuse me, y'all, I was writing in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, other than that, we had Tyler Perry this week. I mean, of course, we got what's going on with Diddy. Um, just a lot, man. Just it seemed like every day another celebrity is getting sued. Mary J. Blige, you know, Misha, one of Puff Daddy's baby mamas, is suing Mary J. Blige. You know, yeah. So it's just crazy. It's wild, man. Um, but we might cover this story more in depth. I mean, I doubt we'll do it Sunday. And just to let y'all know, FYI, Carly Chiffon will be out on Sunday. She has some other things going on that she has to do for her regular job. So it'll be me, DJ Designs, Sunday. But you know, we gonna bring the noise. You know what I'm talking about. And we got some hot topics to discuss already, plus more topics that's gonna be dropping this week. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Say, man, we coming in hot. That's all I can say. And you know, we usually at odds, so it's gonna be some great debates going on. But this is Derek Demure with the first word. Say, you know, I had to slide through because this Rico, civil Rico lawsuit just dropped with Fat Joe. Had to come through and let y'all know how it's going down. But say, I'm not gonna hold you. It is what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Spinning the Block Media Sunday at 7:30. We coming with the heat. Everybody on X, everybody on Twitch, everybody on Rumble, Kick. Say y'all make sure y'all follow us on all our platforms. Yeah, the main one is YouTube. So you know, make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. And yeah, so I'm gonna fuck with you Sunday. You know what I'm talking about? This your boy Derek Demure, Spinning the Block Media, baby. And I'm out.